You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Coming up in the next segment, your phone calls, news, and more, and a flashback of the White House condemning Charlie Hebdo, the newspaper that was attacked yesterday in Paris. Now they're praising it. This from the White House that arrested the maker of the film critical of the Prophet Muhammad. Talk about playing both sides of the fence. Right now, let's go to Victor in China, then Alan, Matthew, Tom, Karen, and others. Victor, welcome to the airwaves.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, brother.
How are you?
Good.
So, I saw a photo online on Getty Images of a shell casing from the attack in Paris. I can't get a high enough resolution photo of it. I was wondering if you guys would be able to have a look at that and see what kind of round that really was.
Well, it looked like they were using 7.6239 or Warsaw ammo that's used in the Kalashnikov.
Yeah, there's actually a photo of a shell casing on the ground next to a police bicycle that got hit by a car. The bicycle's kind of crumpled, and there's a chalked out circle around a shell casing on the ground. I can't get a big enough resolution picture of it. I'm sure
I don't have that photo in front of me, but it might be a police officer's casing as well. Does it look like a rifle casing?
I can't tell. It doesn't look like a 7.62 rifle casing.
Well, the police were in a shootout with them, so if it's not what I believe the French police basically use something like a 9mm, but I'd have to check. Are you bringing this up just as a point of investigation?
Yeah, well, otherwise I'm just calling, I used to live in Paris, and now I live in Beijing, China, and I was just talking to some of my Chinese and French friends about this, and I seem to have the outlier opinion here, and I have been called like a conspiracy theorist because I keep telling everybody you have to look at Operation Gladio before you start talking about what happened at Charlie Hebdo.
Well, that's right. Jakari Jackson covered that last night and did a great job on the Nightly News when I watched it, getting into the fact that there were stay-behind networks in Europe by NATO to stage terror attacks to blame it on their political enemies. And that's been partially declassified in Italy and in France, as well as the United States. I made a film about it that I mentioned earlier, Terror Storm, but I'm glad you raised that. Great points, Victor, there in China. Let's talk to Alan in Florida. Go ahead, Alan.
Hi, Kurt Richard Haskell, who was a passenger on the underwear bomber flight, and he's been on your show, posted last night on his Facebook page a breakdown of all the reasons he thinks that this Paris operation was a false flag. He goes through all the reasons.
Well, he's a smart lawyer. We ought to try to get him on tomorrow to get his take on why he thinks that, because I respect Kurt Haskell.
I tried to share his Facebook post about an hour ago and was blocked by Facebook. I went ahead and copied his Facebook post and emailed it to you at Show Tips.
Sure, you're talking about Richard Haskell. Guys, he's a credible person. He and his wife are lawyers, successful lawyers. They caught the government getting the underwear bomber on the plane. It was confirmed a month and a half later on C-SPAN by Congress in testimony. So I want to take his blog post, and since it's getting censored, because I know Facebook does that, and I want to post it in full with the headline that he has on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. What is the current headline he has on that?
The post is, he just starts by saying, I have to comment about the Paris attack this morning.
All right, I would just say terrorist survivors, questions a Paris shooting, or Kurt Haskell, or terror survivor questions Paris attack narrative, something like that. And then we'll get him on the broadcast. Thanks for bringing that up. Matthew, Tom, everybody stay there. Every year we make resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, it's hard, even with diet and exercise, because of toxic food in our environment that is stressing our bodies more than ever before. Working with experts in nutrition and biochemistry, I found that super high-quality nutraceuticals, in addition to my diet and exercise, were the answers that synergistically worked. I could see the drastic changes every day with the amount of weight I've lost, my increased stamina, and more of a twinkle in my eye. That's why we are now so excited to launch the InfoWars Life Resolution Pack, combining 3 essential formulations: oxygen-based cleanser Oxy Powder, the Secret 12 bioavailable vitamin B12, and your choice of super female or super male vitality. Now all available at a discounted price to you and your family to bring in the new year and make 2015 a true success. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 2015 is the year to do it, and it all starts at InfoWarsLife.com.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Has decided to temporarily close their embassies and schools in several Muslim countries after a satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo published cartoons mocking the Prophet Muhammad. Is the White House concerned that those cartoons might further fan the flames in the region?
Well, we are aware that a French magazine published cartoons featuring a figure resembling the Prophet Muhammad, and obviously we have questions about the judgment of publishing something like this. We know that these images will be deeply offensive to many and have the potential to be inflammatory. But we've spoken repeatedly about the importance of upholding the freedom of expression that is enshrined in our Constitution. In other words, we don't question the right of something like this to be published. We just question the judgment behind the decision to publish it. And I think that's our view about the video that was produced in this country and has caused so much offense in the Muslim world. Now, it has to be said, and I'll say it again, that no matter how offensive something like this is, it is not in any way justification for violence. Not in any way.
right.
justification for violence.
That's Carney back in 2012 when they were trying to blame unrest all over the world, not on food prices going up. That's the main indicator most sociologists believe. It's well known. In countries where you spend half your money or more discretionary income on food, when food prices go up, unrest goes up. That's what caused the destabilization, the Arab Spring that we've seen in the last 5 years. And you go back 3 years ago to 2012, it was just an excuse. Oh, there's a magazine in Paris. Oh, somebody made a video making fun of the Prophet Muhammad. Let's go burn down and blow up some churches. It's an excuse to carry out violence, and the White House was basically condemning the cartoon then. Now Obama, as you know, has come out and basically defended the publication, condemned the Paris shootings. Kerry's talked about how they had courage. So have all the other major talking heads that had been there criticizing free speech. Now, if you go to Infowars.com, here's some of the headlines. Paris shooting, official story keeps changing by the second. Very important rundown in that video report by Jakari Jackson. 15 cartoons from artists responding to Paris shooting. You've got to go look at these on PrisonPlanet.com and Infowars.com. The first one shows a person in a T-shirt with the name Charlie Hebdo on it with the head cut off. But rising like the phoenix, a big tongue is sticking out of the neck where the head's been chopped off, basically saying that the phoenix will rise again. My favorite one is the image of 3 pencils, 3 red pencils. One on top says yesterday, it's an unbroken pencil. Today, a broken pencil. Tomorrow, they sharpen the other end, the broken part, and so now you have 2 pencils. Actually, you could sharpen the other broken side and have 3 pencils. But it shows how you attack free press, you attack liberty. Generally, in almost every case, it produces more resistance. That's why they haven't killed me. That's why they haven't completely set me up, though they've tried a few times, because they understand that it will only cause more people to focus on what I've covered here on air. That's the power of the First Amendment. That's why the pen is mightier than the sword. There's a bunch of other powerful cartoons as well defending free speech worldwide, not just the First Amendment here in this constitutional republic. And regardless of what's behind this, whether it's a false flag or not, and I don't know, whether it's totally staged and they killed a couple of patsies and some unnamed group did this to get more defense contract spending or to invade Yemen or whatever the case may be, the West did fund ISIS, known as Al-Qaeda, for 4.5 years. They did give them the training and the weapons. ISIS did call days before this attack for attacks in Paris. And so that's a false flag, even if it was real. The mothership that launched this attack was built by the globalists, on record. And as I predicted, shooting attacks in Europe, shooting attacks in the U.S., airliners to be shot down. Now they're saying get ready for that to happen. You can see this scripted. Only because the system thinks we're so stupid and won't remember that our own power structure helped reconstitute Al-Qaeda. And when the military got upset 2 years ago and refused to invade Syria with ground troops and air bombardment, and the military went public and said, this is Al-Qaeda, they changed the name to confuse the public and the military. It has not worked. So the good news is the military does know the players. They do understand what's going on. They are not compartmentalized. They are not stupid, and they're hopping mad. Let's go ahead and race through your phone calls. Matthew, and then Tom, Phyllis, Aaron, Joan. When you hear me hang up on somebody, that's your chance to call in, 800-259-9231. And just give me your point. I'm going to move to the next person. I want to go to a lot of people. Matthew in New Jersey, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for taking my call. First-time caller. My What I'm calling in reference to is actually quite a few things you just touched on with the, pointing to false flags. You're saying not sure, not yet. But with the